Right, hello, and welcome. That's a good intro. Welcome to another Train Some More video. We'll be doing this one, which is oh my god, that's a long one. Going full circle. It's a very early morning in Dalmany, and you've been sent to recover a recently repaired train broken down the previous night and start it fresh on the Markinch to Edinburgh Waverley route. Lucky for you, your ride begins at Dalmeny and your train is waiting at Dunfermline. Experience the full tour of the entire Fife Circle and buckle in for a long day. So let's get on with it, shall we? Done it again. We can't move. And there's our train. Can we move, please? It's not normally this busy at 6 o'clock in the morning. And ScotRail, aye. And here comes the 170. They're all going to the other platform for Edinburgh. We are 412. Right, fuck off, please. What? What? I'm not driving? Any seat in the first class coach. Fucking hell. I want to sit by the window. Mate, I want to sit by the window. Can I just sit there? Do we have to fucking sit back and relax? What the fuck are you looking at? What are you doing in first class? Do you have a ticket? Right, you better fucking know what you're doing. Oh my god, he's a magician. Well, this is fun. We're not even driving the damn train. Oh, that means I can just look at my phone. I was thinking of things to talk about. Train related, of course. Let us check 150001. And see if she's running. Yes, she is. She is on the Sheffield to Leeds diagrams, and she will be arriving into Swinton, South Yorkshire quite soon. I'm going to check the November rail tours. Uh, oh, I don't think there's any, no. I don't think there's any that I can see on here that is going to be here, except for this one, the Christmas Cheshireman, 22nd of November, which is a Saturday, and I'm working. Fuck. Oh, that's great. Oh well, it doesn't go via Ashchurch or Tewkesbury, it goes via the Welsh Marshals line. That's a shame. Cardiff Central to Edinburgh. Now, I would imagine that would go via the Welsh Marshals line. Stupid fucking adverts. Yeah, via Hereford, Abergavenny. God, we got nothing. Ulverston, Derby to Cardiff Central. Oh, this might be. This looks promising. Class 50, Class 66. Do we have the timings for it though?
We'll soon arrive at Inverkeithing.
That's not what it sounds like in real life.
With you before you leave the train.
Well, first of all, that's not what our 170 ScotRail announcement sounds like in real life, by the way. Ulverston? That's a long way off, isn't it? It looks like we're not getting any specials through Ashchurch, but that doesn't matter. What does matter is the fact, right? I forgot where Markench is. Oh, I know where Markench is now. Markench is, if we go on the map in a minute. Markench is that is Markench over here. Now, they've added the Levenshulme line into the game, but there are no scenarios. There are just timetable diagrams, which doesn't really make a lot of sense with it. So you can't go to Cameron Bridge and then Levenshulme. Levenshulme? Leven, you pillock. Oh, fuck's sake. What the fuck are you looking at? What is it with... What the fuck is it with men in ponytails these days? Jesus Christ. Keep my head down. I see they've forgotten what a 170 sounds like. Oh, we are going via Dunfermline. This AI is shockingly bad. You know the other the other notch powers, you can't just go to notch 4. God, this AI. AI is the future, apparently. Not in this case. Having some water because I need water. So I don't really know what to talk about. Let's check 150.002. 150.002 is... Wow, what a surprise. She's stuck on the Huddersfield Sheffield branches like she always is. 152.11. That is my friend James Glossop Travels' favourite 150. Working Leeds to Bradford interchange services via Halifax. (152.16). Favourite train of Sheldon Simon Trains, which is actually working alongside my favourite 150 from GWR 221, and they're both doing the painted Exmouth services. 170 502. Simon Trains, his favourite ever Turbo Star, because it used to serve the West Midlands area, but now it's with East Midlands Railway. It's currently outside, it's between Long Eaton and Beeston. 502 is on a Crewe to Newark Castle service. Let's find out what Rockstar Pool's Turbo Star is. 175.05 is sadly not in service. What about his Scottish favourite 428? Ah, how very interesting. She is 170.428, a ScotRail 170. Favourite of Rockstar Pulse 69 and Reese's trains is at Gore Bridge between Edinburgh and Tweed Bank. Reese's trains is favourite 170, 458. Is at Leeds having a rest before doing the Leeds Harrogates. Let's check out the Pride. 39121 is not out today. That's the opportunity, the COP26 livery Pendolino. 39104 is on the 13:30 London Euston to Glasgow Central service. Now that's Rockstar's favourite train ever. Where is 39119? The Pride train. London to Manchester Piccadilly services. Very nice. Very nice. Where is 807.0.0? 807.010, the other Pride train for Avanti West Coast, is on her way to Runcorn. This is fun, isn't it? I've not even eaten today. Because of my cold, my fluish symptoms. But now, approaching Dunfermline City Station. Once this AI finally understands what it means to go full power on this thing. Jesus Christ. We're probably delayed by about 8 minutes now because of this AI. Here we are, Dunfermline City Station. So, Dunfermline was upgraded to a city in 2022. As part of Her Majesty the Queen's 70th Platinum Jubilee. I think the Platinum Jubilee, wasn't it? Yeah, as part of the Platinum Jubilee. 70 years on the throne. That's a long time to be on the throne. But no. Yeah, so it's no longer Dunfermline Town, it's Dunfermline City, which they have changed it accordingly, which is good. However, Rivet being Rivet, look at that. Do you realise how unacceptable this is? This car park, this station, look at it, it's all the same material. It's like this is the biggest station platform ever, because look at it. The platform goes all the way into the car park. You can park your bloody car on this platform. And then if we go out here, I mean, it's just very lazy. Very lazy. And for them to think this is acceptable is fucking stupid. And all they do is sit there with a fucking smirk on their face. See, this part of the scenario, from Dalmeny to Queen Margaret, is not necessary. Because we're not driving it. If we were driving it, if we were driving the train from Dalmeny, fair enough. This is important. But it's not, is it? Because we're not driving it. So what's the point of us sitting on our asses, waiting to drive the train or do something at Dunfermline Queen Margaret? I mean, what the fuck with it? Honestly, I don't know what goes on in their little tiny brains in the development team. I don't know what goes on in their little tiny brains. There's nothing productive. This is Queen Margaret Station. So what's the point of coming here just to drive the fucking train? Can't we just have done it at Dalmeny? And then just do the service to Markinch? But we have to wait all the fucking way from... I don't know. I don't know, guys. But what I do know is that there's a damn bus. A European bus. That doesn't... You know, buses... I know Stagecoach Scotland do not have double doors. Walk over to the siding. Okay, I'll walk over to the siding. Oh, I can't. Gotta wait for the fucking thing to do first. Right, this is what people do, right? And normal people, they just second the train stops. What? Oh, we gotta walk over to the siding. What was the point of that? Oh, what number are you? 410. This game sometimes. Oh, Tika, you must love Train Sim World. You have no idea. So you'll be there. Well, you woke up an appetite after this. It's 4:05. I'm here. Look, I'm here. The game's broken. Right, there we go. Can we climb on board, please? Huh? We need normal, normal, normal. Yeah, we're gonna hold this down for a minute. Get the engine going. Until the air reservoir reads 5.6. Well, 5.5. Wipers. Headlights. Day running. Tail lights off. Correct. Right, stop at Markenge. So obviously the cab is really quiet. You can actually hear the engine. I have been in a cab of a 170 as it was moving. I was just a very lucky passenger. And it's not quiet. You can hear the engine and the rev go that beep, that revving noise every half a second. That row. It's a weird noise, I know that I'm making, but that's what it does. They have fixed the delay then to the notch. They fixed it because originally, if you went to full power, you wouldn't hear it as it would be in full power. The pitch of the rev would not be at full power. It would sound like this. If you went to full power, it would sound like this. But then it will be a really long delay until it was like this. So, yeah. They fixed it. Because now it's instant. Which is good. But there's a lot to improve with this this game than just simple little fixes. There's a lot to fix this game. But they just don't care. They just bring out a new game every year and new content that doesn't work half the time, and people complain, and the forums are just literally full of complaints. And they have the audacity to have a go at us for it, instead of acknowledging that they have made mistakes and they are going to fix the problems, which is not the best marketing strategy, in my humble opinion. Well, I say humble, bold, honest, blunt opinion. So yeah, we're still climbing this hill. This is a steep hill. Well, it was a steep hill. Now we're level. It's 2 o'clock and I've not even eaten. I've not had anything to eat today. I've had water. I've had plenty of water and some tablets because I'm just not well. It's still November 15th for me. But and now we're going downhill. I think we are approaching Cowdenbeath. So Cowdenbeath is a turnaround station. So one train terminates at Cowdenbeath, the other train continues on to Glenrothes with Thornton. So it's a half an hour frequency. fucking people on the yellow line. Alright. The next station we're going to pass is Loch Gelly. And then it's Cardigan. Then it's Glenrothes with Thornton. Before heading to Markench. So, you know, it's quite a nice part of the Fife Circle, but I think by the coast, via Kirkcaldy and Kinghorn is probably better because of the sea. You're by the North Sea, better views. Well, when it's not raining. Oh, what's going on with the camera? The camera is doing a camera moment. Yeah, stand behind the line, bitches. Yeah, Loch Gelly. Be interesting to see what ScotRail would do with their aging trains, with their 156, 153, 15. Well, with their sprinters. So 153, 156, 158, 170s. What trains they replace them with on their various services. The class 318s, 320s out of Glasgow. I mean, the HSTs, they're quite, I wouldn't say easy to predict because we just don't know, but there's a strong rumour that the class 222s will replace, the 222 Meridians will replace them, which doesn't surprise me. But we don't know. I say this because Northern have announced what trains they're replacing their fleet with, most of their fleet with. So it's only interesting to speculate what ScotRail are going to do, because we know what Chiltern are doing. We know what South Western want to do. GWR, Northern, Transport for Wales. Here we are. This is Cardigan. There's always one idiot with the suitcase at the yellow line. So I was having a drink. So yes. Turn the wipers off now because it's not raining anymore. We are going to need sunglasses though. Cardigan, there's a yard over there. Sidings, freight. I forgot what it's used for now. Oh, that's bright. All of a sudden it's gone from raining to just like this. Very Scottish weather. Unpredictable. And that's good. I hate to say this because it is a River Games route. But here I am praising it. I never thought I would say such things. And here is the line from that freight yard or sidings that we saw earlier. It's like a giant triangular junction almost. Okay, so we are now approaching Glenrothes with Thornton. So, the station is quite unusual. It works a bit like Worcester Foregate Street, where the lines, both platforms serve different lines. So, platform 1 normally sees trains terminating from Edinburgh via Dunfermline City, or some trains from Kirkcaldy. But there are a few trains to Markench and to Perth from Edinburgh and Dunfermline that call at platform 2. However, this is really rare. Platform 1 mostly gets all the services at Glenrothes with Thornton Station, if I remember correctly. I probably don't, to be fair. But, oh well. Here we are, station of Glenrothes to Thornton. Replaced originally a station called Thornton Junction, I think. So we saw the junction before the station, and now you will see shortly that the lines go their separate ways, and there's no joints, there's no way of connecting up the tracks here. You just see it here. That goes off to Kirkcaldy, back to Edinburgh, and we are going to Markench. So this is a unknown part of the line for me. I've never traversed on this part of the line before in Train Simulator Classic or in Train Sim World. So this should be interesting. So this was roughly the site of Thornton Junction, the original station to serve the village of Thornton, which was like a post-war town, second post-war town which was built to be around, well, not just for Thornton, but also to serve the village of Glenrothes as well. But the station was closed, and then it was re-sited and reopened in the 90s? 90s, yes, 90s for Glenrothes with Thornton, the current station. I need to do the Fife Circle. I've only done Edinburgh to Inverkeithen. I've not done the actual circle. Dlaczego, kochanie? Pieniądze. Godziny. I nie wiem. Time, money, and I've no idea. In Polish, well, roughly in Polish. It's not exactly 100% well, the translation's not 100% accurate. I have a YouTube notification. Ah, it's from YouTube playing. So the line we're now on was part of the original Edinburgh to Dundee Railway, which was then absorbed by the North British Railway, which runs from Edinburgh to Dundee, obviously, but it goes via Perth. Wow. I say it goes via Perth. You can go via Perth, or you can avoid Perth. There's two ways of getting to Perth. Right. Yellow signal. So we are currently on time. We're probably going to be a bit late, but you know, I think we can accept this little misfortune. Very scenic. Ooh. Now that is an thumbnail.
We'll soon arrive at Markinch.
This is not the first photo I've captured, you okay, Trade Support 6 perhaps. How is the automatic how is the train announcement on when I'm not in passenger service? It's an empty coach movement. Right, where's the train? Right, headlights. Right. Yeah. Headlights are on. So this is what this is Markent Station. A station I've yet to travel to in real life. Cross country serve. Well, when they're not cancelled. Allegedly, they serve the station. Hang on. No. Normal. All good. Okay, the doors are operational. See you, suckers. And off we go. Back to Dalmeny. God, this hill. 1% gradient. This is, you know, a Class 170 Turbostar is a train that I would like to drive one day. Because, yes, they are not sprinters. However, growing up on the Snow Hill lines, I travelled on many Turbostars. 168 Clubmans, 168 Turbos, and the 170s. Chiltern Railways and Central Trains, Cross Country, London Midland. So they are definitely in my top 10 favourite trains of all time, because they served alongside the sprinters, so they deserve their place. Yeah. Be nice to drive a 170 Turbostar though. But I don't think that's going to be likely. They'll probably just use... Here's a prediction. Because we know that's the 170 Turbo Stars would work as good stopgap units when the Sprinters are being replaced. They could bring in the Turbo Stars, use them on the Sprinter diagrams until the brand new trains have actually entered service. They could do that. I mean, we know what Chiltern Railways wants to do with their turbos and 168 Clubmans. They want to replace them with, well, they want CAFs. Now, the reason why they want CAFs is because the Mark V coaches that they use from, well, they're going to use from London Marylebone to Birmingham Moor Street is manufactured by CAF, which is a Spanish manufacturing company. However, the locomotive of Class 68 is from Stadler, which is Swiss, which doesn't make sense. Nothing makes sense in today's world. So here we are, we've just passed Thornton. So that line there, that's from Glen Rotherford Thornton Platform 1, as I was talking to earlier. So yeah. So it just makes sense that they want more CAF civities. Or just any type of CAF that can be used on the British UK Chiltern Railway network. Unfortunately, South Western Railway and GWR do not wish to have CAFs. They want something else. They want Stadler, because they've realised that Stadler are probably, in my opinion, the best new trains in the UK. They just are. Siemens, you know, with the 380s, the 350s, you know, they're alright. Siemens, you know, they have some good, okay trains. The Class 700s. You know, Alstom, well, Bombardier, but it's Alstom now with the Aventuras, Arterios. A bit, they're okay, but, you know, they could be better. The CAF civities, they're alright. The 196s are my favourite CAF, because they replaced 172s. But, fuck, we're speeded. Ah, damn it! There goes our fucking streak. We were doing so well. We were doing so well up to that point. It doesn't matter now. Yeah, we're slowing down for the 65-mile-an-hour speed restriction as we make our way into Kirkcaldy. Kirkcaldy! So yeah, CAF, so the Stadler Rail, Stadler Rail trains from Switzerland, best trains we have on the network so far, of the new trains. They have replaced Sprinters, but that's fine, because I see them as worthy, acceptable replacements. I mean, you know, not everyone likes the Sadler Flirts, I get it. Everyone's got their own favourites and, you know, trains that they like, dislike, but it's my channel, I get to say what the fuck I want. I'll say what I want. So, if I like the Sadler Flirts, I like the Sadler Flirts. No one can change my mind. Hitachi's are okay. So we'll have to wait and see what happens.
We'll soon arrive at Kirkcaldy. Don't forget to take your belongings with you before you leave the train.
Well, they haven't got the announcement right because it doesn't do that do 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 do. That sounds like the old announcements at Birmingham New Street. Because I remember, as a kid, Birmingham New Street Station had that do 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 do. And then they had that automatic man announcement. The train now approaching platform so to Litchfield City. Not in that way, but you get what I mean. 15:55 Central Train service to Litchfield City. They used to use it in Southern, but I think they've retired the. Birmingham Moor Street had this until they replaced it with that new announcement. And now a voice. But yeah, here we are, Kirkcaldy. Oh, they've not fixed it then. Oh, I take back my fucking criticisms. They haven't fixed the delayed full power audio. Jesus Christ. I'll take that back. I shouldn't be making content when I'm ill, but I have to stay ahead of the game, you know? I have to stay ahead of the game and keep going. Mama, what would the people think of you at work when you're actually making video game content when you're... I am ill. However, if I had a really bad headache, I wouldn't be playing. And yet here I am. There's a football stadium on the left. I don't know what football stadium it is, but I bet they're not as good as Aston Villa. Yes, we are Villa supporters here. Villa, Villa, Villa. Villa. Let's actually check how Aston Villa are doing. Aston Villa. So our last match was against Bournemouth and we beat them 4-0. Whoo! Our next game is Sunday the 23rd of November against Leeds United. Mate, they're fucked. They've had it. Leeds United, they've had it, you know. Here come the Aston boys. Here come the Villas. You can see why this is a favourite amongst enthusiasts. With that well, I say view. Look at that wonderful view of the hedges and rocks and boulders. Look at that, it's beautiful.
We'll soon arrive at Kinghorn. Don't forget to take
Will
your
we?
belongings with you before you leave the train.
Here we are, Kinghorn Station. Probably the station I really want to visit when I do the Fife Circle. God, there's so many people. Because, I mean, you know, you get to the top. I mean, the trees are in the way, but, I mean, look at that. Overlooks. On a day like this, that's pretty good, isn't it? Right, next station is Burnt Island. Is the island burned? No. Then why is it called Burnt Island? Because it's just called Burnt Island. End of discussion. Kinghorn Tunnel. If you have made it this far, then obviously, you know, I hope you are enjoying the video. If you're watching this in the background, or actually are watching it, thank you. It means a lot to the channel. It means a lot to me as well. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Share this out. Make sure you click that notification bell. It does support the channel, makes it grow, makes the YouTube algorithm. Spread it across the YouTube world of algorithms and stuff. And it does help against the war on the YouTube algorithm. There is a war with the algorithm. Everyone fighting for saying, you know, like, comment, subscribe, to try and get their channels to grow and to be, you know, to spread around as far as they can. Because the stupid AI algorithm. That's what it is. Trying to suppress us all. Well, unfortunately, some people cannot be suppressed. Some people fight back. I am one of them. I've always been a bit rebellious, stubborn, and it's cost me a lot of trauma. But at the end of the day, I don't really get told what to do most of the time, which is stress-free. only consequence is that there's a lack of discipline involved. But, you know, you learn along the
We'll
way.
soon arrive at
So it's not entirely a serious matter.
Don't forget to take your
So,
belongings
here we
with
are
you
now,
before you leave
approaching
train.
the station of Burnt Island. It's not the original station, but, yeah, it was relocated to its current site and has been serving Burnt Island for a while now. There used to be a massive freight yard here, because obviously Burnt Island is next to the sea, so it'd be a very busy freight harbour with, you know, docks and stuff. There we are, Burnt Island. Yeah, so that, you know, not just tracks here, but tracks everywhere here. Literally, all of this was track. All you could just see is just track and tracks and freight wagons and locomotives, all of this. And the original station was actually was over here on the east side, but then they moved it as the extension to Dundee was, well, the extension down to Inverkeith, I think it was. I don't remember. I don't remember! You can go full power now. It shouldn't take that long. The revometer should be responsive to whatever gear you put it in, whatever notch you put it in. But no, this is River Games we're talking about here. They do that. Next station is Aberdour. Sounds Welsh almost. Sounds Welsh, Aberdour. Even though that it's in Scotland. So you get the trees out of the way and you get a lovely view of the sea. So this is why people prefer this part of the Fife Circle compared to the Dunfermline side. How is 72 miles an achievement? I don't follow. Drive 72 miles. See, that's just made my brain go.
Don't forget to take your belongings with you before you leave the train.
See, I don't get that. Why would they say that? Unless if it has something to do with the Class 172s. Which in that case, I will destroy my keyboard and mouse. Now, over the years, Aberdour has received many awards for its gardening, because a lot of people come out, they put their gardening pots on the station and around here. Here's some examples. Even though the train sim board is not the best example of these, you got pots there, you got pots there, you got pots there. But in the real world, it's a very nice, well kept station by the community. The old signal box. But yeah, it's won a couple of awards in its time for best kept station of Scotland, or just the Fife area. This station has. Next station is Dalgety Bay. And then we would have completed the circle as we head to Inverkeithing. This must have cost a fortune to blow all the rock up here. Hard ballast rock. Well, I say ballast, just hard rock. Solid rock. Must have cost them a fortune to blow up this part. Dig, cut, dynamite it out, all out. Ooh. But yeah. Still climbing at 1% or around 1%. Well, we're level now. I think I don't really know what else to say really. I think I've covered everything train related wise. I don't know why, but I keep thinking about a railway that I have been to many years ago, and I do miss it because of its unique characteristics, and I want to drive that diesel again. Down in Kent, on the Romney Hythe Dymchurch Railway, number 12 it's called. Number 12 it's numbered. JB Snell, that's the name of the train. Named after the RHDR's long life lasting manager of the railway. I'd love to go back and drive it again. And just be at the railway.
We'll soon arrive at Dalgety Bay. Don't forget to take your belongings with you before you leave the train.
But the problem is planning it and making sure that I can actually do it, because we've only got about 5 years before all the sprinters in Northern and GWR and Transport for Wales, South Western, Scotland, they'll all be gone by the start of the 2030s. By mid-2035 at least, they'll all be gone. So, I really need to press on with visiting all the stations with sprinter diagrams on. Dalgety Bay. Not the original station. This station opened in 1998, I think. Or 1997. I did, on my other channel, Tico Sprinter, I used to do driver's eye views for Train Sim World. Not Train Sim World. Train Simulator Classic. But, yeah, I don't do them anymore. It was just a a thing to do in the lockdown. It was just a content idea to do whilst in the lockdowns and not being able to go outside as much because of COVID. But probably the last one I did was the Fife Circle. So it's just reminding me of this, really. Except that this is Train Sim World 6, not Train Simulator Classic. Approaching Inverkeithing.
We'll soon arrive at Inverkeithing. Don't forget to take your belongings with you before you leave the train.
Here we are, Inverkeithing Junction. Well, North Junction. I may have braked a bit too much. It's alright, we're nearly there anyway. Here we are, Inverkeithing. I have been to the station in real life once, but I was meant to do the whole Fife Circle, but I couldn't in the end because, unfortunately, sadly, there was a fatality on the line. So I just went back to my hotel room in Edinburgh Park. Did some bus ranting whilst going to Edinburgh city centre to get my dinner, my tea for later, and yeah, just chilled out. I mean, yeah, you know, it's never nice to hear that there's been a fatality, but I mean, regardless, I managed to get a plan. I did plan B, so plan B was basically just take my time with Dalmeny and North Queensferry, in which I would walk down to the sea level by the Firth of Forth and have a look at the Forth Bridge from you know, from the sea, from the water, the sea estuary, both ends, and it was quite nice actually. A bit hilly, a bit steep to walk back up to the stations, but it was worth it. And the weather was nice as well, so it was definitely something. If you ever go to Scotland and Edinburgh, go to Dalmeny or North Queensferry. North Queensferry is actually easier, and you just walk down the hill by the Firth of Forth and look at that Forth rail bridge. Especially on a nice day, it's definitely worth going to do. I can't believe it's been 2 years. Because I did mine in September 2023. Oh, see, this area could have just been a tunnel, but no, that's a fuck with nature. Oh, that's gonna piss me off. Ding ding, we're not at an A grade station, you pillock.
Don't forget to take your belongings with you before you leave the train.
Now we are on a 1.4% gradient, so gravity is going to be on our side here when braking, so we don't really need to be braking too much. In fact, we could just let gravity do the work now. Well, we would let gravity do the work for you, but Train Sim 6 is that broken that gravity won't slow you down. You have to do it yourself. Stupid game. And we're gonna fucking overshoot. I will solve this issue. Watch. See? Problem averted. Ah. That's better. Right, sorry about that. Some idiot wasn't parking it properly. As you know, we have parked it correctly this time, with the signal on green. We are there. It's still Unit 405, and as you can tell, it has gone full Scottish. As it should be. Aye, the weather, it's a fine wee day up there. It's a fine wee trip we have here today at Scotland with the nice weather. Right. Be very how the hell do you do a hill start with one of these in real life without rolling back? Incredible. Here on out, the 4th bridge. In Scottish conditions. See, you wouldn't want to be walking down there to see the 4th bridge in these conditions. But it's an impressive bridge. An impressive marvel. It's a marvel of engineering, this. You know, stood the test of time for how many years? Since 1890 when it was opened. 130 years, 135.
We'll soon arrive at Dalmeny.
We're not even fucking 1 mile into the
train.
We're nowhere near Dalmeny, you silly fool. I don't know. See, this is a good place to say we're now approaching Dalmeny. And then, you know, please mind the gap when leaving the train. Don't forget all your luggage. All that stuff. And thanks for travelling with ScotRail. I'm pretty sure the AWS alarm is updated. Because I'm not sure it wouldn't sound like that in real life. That sounds like the old one. I could be wrong. And here we are, back at Dalmeny. I'd rather stay in here, to be honest with you, with all the rain outside. And we're done. And we still got the platinum. So that's good. If you have made it to the end, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Share the video. Click the notification bell. And we will see you in the next video, which is... Get my notes. The Glossop Line.